Mastering the art of describing trends and processes. Hello, language learners. Today we're diving deep into an important aspect of academic and professional English: describing trends and processes. This skill is key for anyone who is engaged in academic studies, business, research, or any field that requires you to explain changes over time or illustrate a sequence of actions or events. So, let's get started. Before we dive into examples, let's first understand what we mean by trends and processes. A trend typically refers to a general direction in which something is developing or changing. For example, in a business context, it might mean tracking sales growth over time. A process, on the other hand, is a series of actions taken to achieve a particular end. This could be anything from explaining the process of photosynthesis in a biology paper to detailing the steps of a manufacturing process in a technical report. When it comes to describing trends, there are a few key phrases and terms you need to master. Phrases such as a sharp increase, a gradual decrease, a steady rise, remained stable, and fluctuated are all useful for describing how things change over time. Consider a case study. Imagine you're a sales analyst presenting a quarterly report. Instead of merely stating the numbers, you might say, "In the first quarter, we saw a sharp increase in sales. However, during the second quarter, sales remained stable before seeing a gradual decrease towards the end of the third quarter." When describing processes, it's all about sequence and action. Phrases like first, next, then, after that, and finally are crucial. Let's consider an example from an academic context, explaining the process of photosynthesis. You could start by saying, photosynthesis begins with the absorption of light in the chlorophyll. Next, the light energy is converted into chemical energy. Then, carbon dioxide is reduced to form carbohydrates, and finally, oxygen is released. Now that we have an understanding of the language used to describe trends and processes, let's look at a couple more case studies. Case Study 1: Describing Trends. Imagine you're a climate scientist explaining global temperature trends. You might say, over the past century, global temperatures have seen a steady rise. However, in the last decade, this trend has accelerated. Case Study 2: Describing Processes. Suppose you're a software developer explaining how a specific algorithm works. You could say, initially, the algorithm sorts the data. Then, it searches for specific values. Finally, it returns the results to the user. Describing trends and processes is a vital skill for advanced English language learners, especially in academic and professional contexts. Practice makes perfect, so try using these phrases and structures in your everyday conversations, presentations, or papers. Remember, the more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Keep learning and keep growing. Happy studying!